Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Tuesday, September 21st, and this local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer. Beaver Toyota, here to wow you. Flagler County Commissioners vote to lower the millage rate slightly.
I move to approve adopting final millage rates for fiscal year ending September 30th, 2022.
All those in favor of the motion and adoption of the resolution, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries unanimously.
The new rate is set at $8.48 per $1,000 of taxable value. That's 10 cents lower than the current millage rate. County Commissioner Donald O'Brien thanked the budget team for their work on getting to this point after what's been some contentious debate.
Congratulations to the budget team and the financial services team for all your hard work, professional process throughout the year. Commend the interim county administrator and her team for a pretty seamless process throughout this. I know you came in the middle of it in terms of your leadership, Ms. Petito. We got started with Mr. Cameron and transitioned to you, I think, pretty easily, so appreciate that.
Since property values have risen in Flagler County, the millage rate decrease still amounts to a tax increase. The new millage rate is expected to bring in nearly $6 million more in revenue for the county in the next fiscal year. There was other business for Flagler County Commissioners yesterday. Amy Cherry reports.
Flagler County Commissioners approved $16 million in funding for the final phase of construction on the new Sheriff's Office Operations Center. Lon Newman is with Ajax Building Company, which is managing construction on the new facility. He says bids came in less than what was budgeted.
From a budgeting standpoint, it came in about almost $200,000 less than our previous estimate. So I was really proud of the team for the amount of bidders. We got multiple bids on every scope of work, so we were really good there.
That brings the total cost of the project, including county financing, to about $23 million. County Commissioner Andy Dance asked,
I know in speaking with other contractors, certain materials are significantly delayed and problematic, so I just wanted to make sure you've worked through all that.
Newman says they have, and talked more about the timeline for finishing up work on the two-story, 56,000 square foot building.
It was always scheduled to be about a 15 month schedule. Already gotten 2 months of that out of the way. So right now what we have in the document is to be substantially complete October 10th of next year.
The new operations center is coming to Commerce Boulevard in Bunnell, but that section of the street will be renamed after the county's first sheriff, becoming Sheriff E.W. Johnston Boulevard. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
A Bunnell man is arrested after deputies say he fled a traffic stop. John Arking has details.
On Friday, the Flagler County Sheriff's Office attempted to conduct a traffic stop on a vehicle traveling almost 20 miles over the speed limit. Deputies stopped the vehicle for speeding on North State Street in Bunnell, where the driver identified himself as 20-year-old Andrew Jones Jr. He claimed he was driving a girlfriend's car, although he didn't have any of the required documents, including a driver's license. And while deputies were conducting the traffic stop, the vehicle and driver fled.
Hey, I'm Deputy Flagler County Sheriff's Office. You know why I'm stopping you? Yeah, I know. Dude, yeah, you went past me and then started going. So, just gotta slow it down, man. All right? Do you have your license on you? I can get that real quick.
I can give you my name.
You don't have your license with you?
No, sir.
All right.
Deputies again attempted to stop Jones, but he continued driving recklessly on Royal Palms Parkway. Eventually, they say stop sticks were deployed, forcing Jones to stop where he was apprehended. They then conducted a search of his vehicle. They located a firearm, less than a gram of marijuana, and other paraphernalia. He was charged with possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, resisting an officer without violence, reckless driving, and fleeing and eluding a police officer. He's being held on a $5,500 bond. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arkin.
Fireworks and drugs are discovered as repeat offenders in Flagler County are arrested. Seeing something and saying something helped the Flagler County Sheriff's Office respond to a call about a fireworks complaint in Palm Coast near the Indian Trail Sports Complex that led to a vehicle with repeat offenders 19-year-old Justin Brown and a 17-year-old. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley says marijuana was in the car and the 17-year-old had 2 firearms.
This was another great example of seeing something, saying something, and our deputies looking beyond the initial complaint and recovering a minor amount of drugs, but more importantly, 2 firearms that were in possession of a teenager underage, one of which was stolen.
Sheriff Staley says the 2 are no strangers to law enforcement. Both were arrested. How does the Flagler County Auditorium operate?
The auditorium's director, Amelia Fulmer, says it belongs to the citizens of Flagler County.
It was dreamed up by executives and the school board in 1991, and they formed a nonprofit board and set out to build it, and they had a bond issue.
Fulmer said they convinced clubs and businesses that the area needed the Performing Arts Center that community groups in Flagler Palm Coast High School would share. She said there's a governing body that operates the auditorium.
The governing board itself looks at shows throughout the year, and they have a show pick committee, and they sit down with the director and they look at cost, they look at factors, they look at the data of who would come to see the concerts, what our target market is, and then we decide together on a roster of shows.
Fulmer said they're now working on shows for their 22-23 season. The Flagler Voice is on WNZF every Saturday morning at 8:30. The podcast available on the Flagler Radio app. Tomorrow, how has COVID affected the Flagler Auditorium? From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.